Now I see like you one of the most talented people. To me, it didn't seem like you like took battle rap serious. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I never really did.
yeah, because I
I
said
never
like
really
you get
did.
these names. Like I seen a lot of people hating on you. Like, why keep giving them these names and everything? And like he's choking and all this. But
Because O knew I brought attention.
mhm,
That just off the strength of people know that they can validate the shit that I'm saying, like that with the world, like it was different, you know. So I was the highest viewed street status battle rapper until Magic went to Smack.
mhm,
That's what these new cats don't understand. Like it's a reason that every time book me, that it's gonna be something beneficial. For one, it's 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a sold out event. For two, it's gonna do numbers. And three, like I mean, I still got active fans. I have a real following. You know what I'm saying? So they can hate all they want to.
mhm. Let me get into this. So I see that you started your record label, Audacity Music Group, right?
For sure.
So how did that come about? How did you start that? How did that come?
It started from an idea. Well, I ain't gonna say it started from that. So I always thought in the back of my mind that I eventually wanted to start a label to help artists in St. Louis and in the surrounding region. Um, but I wanted to wait till I could get to a level to where I can actually make it beneficial.
Mhm.
But Bodine came to me with this idea in 2018. I had really started bubbling after my second album. Then the Tyron Woodley situation happened and all these different things. And he was like, bro, like you one of the most talented artists in the city. Like you got this shit. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we all just need to get behind you. But I ain't that type of person to be like, oh yeah, everybody just run behind me. And then when I get on, I'm gonna see what I can do. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have niggas running on the side of me, not behind me. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna move as a unit. So when basically that the organization of the structure came together organically, like people just wanted to get behind me. And I said, no, we're gonna get behind each other. And that's when I went ahead and formulated AMG.
And one song that I love video, I ain't gonna lie, I watched it about 20 times. It's the Almighty Gang, you know what I'm saying? That y'all
Oh
came.
yeah, for sure.
And I love that video. And what one thing I like about it at the end where they had the rags, the Grape Street rags,
Yeah.
rags and the red rag, just I love that how y'all show unity and be like, yo, we in this together. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta be fighting and shooting and killing each other, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for
I like
sure.
how you pulled all these artists, different artists together. And
Well, nah, them niggas weren't artists. That's
no,
what like yeah, that's what people ain't
family,
understanding about the video. Them
family.
niggas ain't artists. You know what I'm saying? Like them real street cats that
Right.
I actually created
That make
a
it even
pack with
more
on that
real.
day.
Make it even
Yeah,
more
at the
real.
video. You know what I'm saying? Like I got the grapes, the '60s. You know what I'm saying? Some Pyrus and some Damus together. It was some GDs and some VLs there that was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we created unification at that moment.
See, just like what Nip was doing, man. That's why I respect you, bro, for real. Um, what do you think about the state of hip hop right now? Like what the time we in now?
Um, I don't think it is a state of hip hop right now. I think it's a state of the music industry
Mhm.
um, with a mask on saying it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We back in a time to where black people don't own black music.
Right.
It's 360 deals everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, what's coming out, like they say, this rapper, like these people aren't making rap. Like this isn't rap. It's a different genre of hip hop because I do consider it a part of hip hop and a part of the culture, but it's not rap. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It's whatever it is. But I think on the business side that it's a lot of things that need to change, a lot of things that need to be talked about. For example, when Ferguson happened, not just myself but Tef Poe, we had a lot of business situations on the table, but due to our radical stance against the system and everything else, a lot of those situations pulled away. You know what I'm saying? For example, I'm not going to say the company, but one company in particular that had offered me a situation called me and was like, look, this Black Power shit is not going to work. Like, this is literally what they telling me on this phone. And I told them, I said, well, doing business with y'all is not going to work because I'm not finna leave the streets of my city right now.
Facts.
And but if you notice when George Floyd the situation happened. They've learned how to capitalize on commercializing Black Lives Matter.
Facts.
Every record label and executive want to
NBA.
say, NBA want to say Black Lives Matter, and they want to have their artists do it. Artists who have never spoken up or been a part of shit ever in life. Some artists even spoke out against Ferguson and all of a sudden going to protest. So I said that in a freestyle. I think I went on a run. I think I did like 80 some freestyles or something like that during the pandemic. But I said labels screaming Black Lives Matter. Well, get these artists they masters then. Master, you know what I'm saying? And 5 years ago, y'all told us, quit it with that Black Power shit. It was whack. So I think at this point in time, Black people need to get back to owning Black music. We need to retake control of our culture, because what we don't realize is that a lot of our children aren't being raised by a village. You know what I'm saying? It's cool for these little white kids who in predominantly nice neighborhoods, and their parents gonna make sure they're taken care of to consume all of this poison because their life is set up. So I'm not telling you not tell your truth on records, but don't just come out knowing that you ain't lived none of this shit and think you got to talk about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, popping pills and sipping lean and poison the next person's mind. And you ain't even lived this. Like, if this is your life, talk about it, but also talk about the repercussions and what come from it. Yeah, I talk about the things that I'm about and what we've done, but also let it be known that most of my friends is dead. You know what I'm saying? I've been in jail. I got homies that's in jail that ain't never getting out. I feel pain and depression every day thinking about all this shit that I've done, PTSD, so on and so forth, and I want to change it. So be honest about the situation, because most of our kids are coming up in single parent homes, or not coming up with a parent in a home at all, and they're being raised by this media. So our crime rates are shooting through the roof. We breaking our crime rate in St. Louis every year. This is 13 and 14-year-old riding around with a 100-round drum on a Draco because they heard it on the record and they want to go catch them a body.
Facts. And it's funny you say that. I be hearing like artists rap about Ferraris and all this, and they at the bus stop catching, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they feel like that's what they have to do, not knowing that original hip hop come from the struggle. It was a broadcast of our reality of what we was talking about. Like, nigga, be dope. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on being dope. Be competitive. Be the best you can be with this shit. And that's what I miss about it. And that's why I say there is no state of hip hop. I don't know what this is we in right now.
Cool. So you touched on my next topic I wanted to talk to you about. So what made you want to become what made you become an activist? I said.
I don't really consider myself an activist. More so revolutionary trainee. You know what I'm saying? I consider people like D. Ray McKesson activists. You know what I'm saying? People like that, motherfucker who chasing the next check or chasing the next ambulance. Want to go organize somewhere because they're getting paid. Like we do it. Like everybody that's associated with Hands Up United, myself, my lady Rika, Tef, so on and so forth. Like, don't get me wrong, we want to fill our bag up, but at the same time, we stood in front of them tanks because we care. You know what I'm saying? We out here organizing in the most impacted communities because we care. We don't have to do it. We care. You know what I'm saying? And we legitimately stand with our people. So I've always been involved on some form of fashion. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was trying to organize the homies in regards to trying to stop some of the violence. I've always been a piece in between these different situations. You know what I'm saying? The big homie Macho told me one day, he said, Dub, you know everybody. And it's because I've always done good business and I don't be on no bullshit, but people know I'm not for no bullshit either. So it was never really any hood in St. Louis I wasn't comfortable going into, because 9 times out of 10, I knew somebody and had a good relationship with them, whether they knew me from rap or knew me from the streets. And I'm probably the coolest nigga you'll ever meet. People always tell you that if you get to know me, just don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't for no nonsense, but I'll give you the shirt off my back. Yeah. You feel me? So I've always been a part of it in some capacity. But Ferguson bringing me around some like-minded individuals that was familiar with organizing already, or had different ideas about how to organize, and gave me the hope that I could even be worth something. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me full-fledged step in and say, you know what? I got to help change this. You know what I'm saying? I've been a catalyst in regards to this destruction, whether it was my fault or not. But the buck got to stop somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be the ones to stop it.
But do you think like the marching and the protests actually help?
Work.
Yeah. Do you think it works? Because and
It's it's a
I see y'all you attempt for a lot say, this ain't your grandparents, stuff like that,
for
So
sure.
do you think that actually works, or do you think we need to do something else like,
I think it's a piece on the chessboard because honestly, what I feel like we really need to do, we not even prepared for, and I don't even want to say that on this here thing. So uh, it's a piece on the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? What it does is it brings to light the struggle. You know what I'm saying? And you any type of attention that start trending like that, you can create some momentum off of it. You know what I'm saying? It lets it be known what the issue is to the world. And civil disobedience is always a good tool if you do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? When people start protesting just to protest and they don't have an end result or any demands equipped with their protest, then it become a pointless mission. So it just depends on how you use it. As long as you strategize it the right way, it's definitely beneficial.
So do you think like we don't have, like leaders like we had with Malcolm X, like a lot of these so-called leaders that won't like just come for photo ops, and when the story
It
goes,
was it was it
they
was the
got
same thing back then. You know
mm,
what I'm saying? It was some fraudulent ones and it was some real ones. It ain't nothing different. You know what I'm saying? All skin folk ain't kin folk. It's
mm,
always gonna be like that. So you just gotta know how to weed through the bullshit with anything. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's social justice work, whether it's the music industry, whether it's street shit. You just gotta know how to separate them wolves from the sheep.